Hello, I'm Rex Litter with the news update. Food, water and energy are all important, and Papua New Guinea is fortunate to possess these resources in abundance, and proper utilization could bring significant benefits. Prime Minister James Marape highlighted this when launching the National Agriculture Sector Plan 2024 to 2033, emphasizing the importance of employment creation through agriculture in Papua New Guinea. He said land is an available and valuable resource that can be fully used for farming and agriculture opportunities, which gives Papua New Guineans an advantage over other people around the world, especially those who do not have much land or other resources to work with. The National Agriculture Sector Plan 2024 to 2033 aims to create opportunities for all, including youth and women, and to improve the quality of life in rural villages, transforming them into economically vibrant communities. Center for Excellence in Financial Inclusion in IBSU Universities Limited and IBSU Center of Excellence Limited will collaborate to advance education, particularly in the realms of entrepreneurship and microfinance, fostering mutual growth and development. With the signing of a recent Memorandum of Understanding, this partnership endeavors to integrate CEFI's proficiency in digital financial literacy and online training methodologies with IBS University's esteemed academic program. Through the MOU, both parties commit to developing curriculum building capacity through training for staff and students, whilst fostering mutual learning and promoting financial inclusion. Papua New Guinea has initiated the Infrastructure for Resilient Island States PNG project to enhance climate resilience in its roads and infrastructure sector. Led by Department of Works and Highways, with support from the Global Green Growth Institute and the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, this 24-month, $499,998,000 and over 1 million kina project aims to strengthen institutional and technical capacity for developing climate-resilient transport infrastructure. Department Secretary David Were highlighted the urgent need due to severe weather damage, while leaders from CCDA, GGGI and CDRI expressed their commitment to supporting PNG's sustainable development efforts. Master trainers from the National Statistical Office and other lead organizations and line agencies were in Eastern Highlands Province recently to conduct a census training for individuals from the province's 8 districts, who will be census coordinators. 24 individuals representing the 24 LLGs in the districts attended this vital training.
A training workshop for census coordinators was conducted recently for 24 people representing each LLG in the Eastern Highlands Province. Peter Gaire, Director Corporate Services of the Provincial Administration, officiated at the opening of the training on behalf of Provincial Administrator Alan Loss. Gaire stressed the importance of the census training, saying the government needs this information in order to plan for development across the country. After doing the training, the census coordinators will impart the knowledge and skills to their respective ward field emulators. Provincial Census Coordinator James Sipa acknowledged the master trainers from the National Statistics Office and partner line agencies for running the training. The National Population and Housing Census is conducted every 10 years. This year's exercise begins this July at a cost of 153 million kina. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
National Fisheries Authority have donated a brand new ambulance valued at 300,000 kina to the Western Pacific Health University Health Centre in Yalibu, Southern Highlands Province. The ceremony, attended by university staff, students and local communities, highlighted the significance of the ambulance in rural healthcare access. Stephen Poning, representing NFA, stressed its role in potentially saving lives by providing timely medical support. Dr. Janet Rango, Western Pacific University's Vice President, expressed gratitude for the donation, emphasizing the ambulance's importance in saving both the university and nearby communities. She urged locals to ensure the ambulance's upkeep, highlighting its role in transporting patients to main hospitals in Mandi or neighboring provinces. In regional news, the Queensland Treasurer Cameron Dick has handed down his fifth state budget, which features billions of dollars in measures to tackle the cost of living crisis.
Cameron Dick's fifth budget and the final one before voters head to the polls. It's a big spending budget, with the Labor state government unapologetic about putting next financial year's budget into deficit to help households with the cost of living. There'll be $3 billion in new and expanded measures, including the already announced 6-month trial of 50-cent public transport fares, a cut to car registration for 12 months, an increase to the stamp duty threshold for first home buyers, and a freeze on state-collected fees and charges like driver's licences. There's also billions allocated for housing, health, infrastructure and education. Total government debt is also climbing. The budget papers show it's expected to reach $170 billion in 4 years, which would also mean billions of dollars in interest repayments. Today, the government has announced a new task force will be set up to try and find savings across 4 years, targeting government spending in areas like advertising, consultants and travel expenditure. With the election 4.5 months away, Cameron Dick says this budget makes clear the values and plans the third-term Labor government will be putting forward, claiming this election is a fight about the future of Queensland and that it's not a referendum on the last 9 years, he says.
Our government has made the choice to reduce that cost of living pressure on Queensland families. We have chosen to deliver nation-leading cost of living relief that will give all Queenslanders more choice.
The LNP will deliver its budget reply speech later this week.
1 year has passed since the devastating boarding bus crash that killed 10 people in the New South Wales Hunters region. As loved ones and community grieve, changes are being put in place to make buses safer. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders viewers are advised this story contains the names and images of people who have died.
1 year on and forever loved. It was here in the late evening of June 11th, 2023. A bus taking friends home from a vineyard wedding crashed, killing 10 passengers and injuring 25. Rebecca Mullen, Zach Bray, Kaya and Nadine McBride, Kane Simmons, Tori Calburn, Darcy Bullman, Angus Craig and Andrew and Lynn Scott lost their lives.
Well, the family obviously is still in pieces over the traumatic events that happened last year. The wider community still very much on their minds also.
Many of the victims were part of the Singleton Roosters AFL club. It says they're forever in our hearts and minds. The pain is still as fresh as the day they departed us. Many of the emergency workers who responded are also members of the local community.
You really feel that some of the staff aren't travelling so well, and that, really weighs on me. But in saying that, we're going to be okay.
The tragedy has ushered in changes for bus safety, led by survivors and those who lost loved ones. They include fitting more buses with seat belts, bolstering safety education and reducing standing on board.
Adam Bray lost his son Zach in the crash and led the campaign for change.
Coach travel Australia-wide is safe, so that everybody who needs to ride on a coach or a bus can arrive to work, arrive to school, and more importantly, arrive home.
A permanent memorial has been established to honour the victims.
Let's try to transfer our grief into happy tears, happy memories. There's them beautiful people that would like to be remembered that way. And I think that's the greatest thing we can do, to respect them and to treasure them.
The Prime Minister's Corporate Golf Challenge is continuing its commitment to sportsmen and women in Papua New Guinea. The proceeds earned from the challenge contribute to athletes' participation at the international events. This year marked the 26th year of the PNG Olympic Committee to host the event. This year's second leg of the challenge was held in Lae, where 75,500 kina was raised for Team PNG. 25 teams registered in support of the national athletes who will be participating in the 2024 Paris Olympics in July. Minister for Fisheries and Maritime Resources, Jelta Wong, teed off as the representative from the Prime Minister's office. He says the government, through the Prime Minister's office, looks forward to continuing to support Team PNG in the coming years. When the OFC Men's Nation Cup was last held in 2016, Papua New Guinea came close to making history on home soil. 8 years on, and a new squad as well as a new head coach, Englishman Warren Moon, who leads the PNG side, are all set for the opening match in Suva this weekend against co-host Fiji. Moon has the biggest responsibility in hand to go one better than 2016 and deliver Papua New Guinea its first ever Men's Nations Cup title. There is a wealth of experience in the PNG squad, with several players selected fresh from Hekari United's OFC Men's Champions League campaign in Tahiti last month. The team's preparation has benefited from their involvement in the inaugural FIFA series held in Sri Lanka early this year. Overall, Moon has been happy with his side's preparation ahead of the big kickoff and is confident his side can make an impact in Suva. PNG is drawn in Group B alongside co-host Fiji, Tahiti and Samoa in what should be a rather tightly contested affair. That ends our news update. Do join us tonight at 6 for the main bulletin.